The world of narrative filmmaking is moving towards large format capture and sensors larger than Super 35mm. Be that for a feature film, a high budget TV or streaming show, or even short films and student films, there are now cameras with fantastic quality large format sensors available at every level of the market. And Sony have had a very successful first entry into this market recently with the Venice camera. So with the launch of the FX9, there are naturally lots of people wondering if this is perhaps really a scaled down Venice into that form factor of the FS7. And there are similarities, of course. A 6K large format sensor, improved color science, fantastic low noise image due to that dual native ISO. But if you ask anyone from Sony if they consider this an entry-level Venice, they come back with a resounding no. So why is that? Well, firstly, although they're both 6K large format sensors, they are different sensors. They're both very good sensors, of course, but they do have a different look and feel to them. Above all, the cameras are designed though with very different users in mind. The Venice is built from the ground up for this sort of narrative work with a crew around the camera. The FX9 on the other hand is built for solo operators doing paid freelance work. And this shows itself in lots of different ways, like the physical design of the camera is the most obvious one. But I think the difference that will probably make the biggest impact as to which one you end up choosing is the recording options and codecs that are available to you. The Venice has the same XAVC-I codec as the FX9, so on paper at first glance they might appear fairly similar. But the Venice also has HD ProRes recording for dailies, and it works seamlessly with the R7 recorder, which slots onto the back to give you RAW capture with Sony's new XOCN format. So most productions would be using that, particularly for streaming shows and feature films. The FX9 on the other hand has XAVC-I, but no support for ProRes even with the XDCA back unit, and it won't work at all with the R7 recorder, so you can't get that XOCN RAW recording. You can, however, get a fantastic 16-bit RAW signal from the SDI port on the new XDCA back unit. But then what do you do with that? At the moment, the only recorder that has announced support for it is the Atomos Neon lineup, which means you need to be wired into a video village to record that RAW signal because the Neons are large monitors, there's no on-camera option there. So that doesn't really fit with the idea of the FX9 being a lower budget, entry-level alternative to the Venice. So those recording options don't really work perfectly for the high-end features and shows. But that certainly doesn't mean that you can't use the FX9 for narrative work. For lower budget productions where you're happy using XAVC-I, for short films or student films for example, the FX9 will be a great choice. It's a lovely sensor with a beautiful image, and it's a camera that is very fast to work with and can perform in less than ideal situations. All qualities that were designed with the solo owner-operator in mind, but also are really useful for that sort of low-budget narrative work. So, the FX9 may not be a mini Venice, and I don't see it being used for flagship Netflix shows or feature films anytime soon. But if you do a variety of work with a few narrative projects on the side, this will certainly be up to the job. But what do you think? Are you planning on using the FX9 for any narrative jobs? Or do you have your eye on a different camera? Let me know in the comment section down below, and of course if you want to buy an FX9 for yourself, just head over to proav.co.uk with the link in the description. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.